Now then guys, how we doing? We are back after that victory over the new gen Germany side. Now that was an absolute shambles in itself. As we take on France, the competition favourites. They're without doubt the best team in the competition. You know, they've got Kylian Mbappe, Griezmann, Pogba, amongst many other names. I could go on and on. The list is quite endless in fairness, but getting past France and knocking them out, you know, I think that's it then. When we look at the teams that are still left in the quarterfinals, we've got ourselves and France, Ukraine and Spain, England, Belgium, and Holland and Scotland. For me, out of all of those teams, and I hate to say it, Belgium are probably the hardest team there, the most difficult with the most quality. England, for me, I think we could get past Spain. I don't think they're the team they once were. Ukraine and Scotland, fair play for them to getting that far. And Holland are a little bit meh. So, yeah, that is what we've got so far. We've got a big game coming up against France, but we want to have a look at how France performed in their last game. So in their last game against Russia, then they absolutely battered them 3-0 with 18 shots, 8 on target, 57% of the possession. 3 different goal scorers in Mendy, Tolisso and Sissoko. Sissoko scoring, that is bad news, isn't it? But when we look at their predicted formation, they're going to line up with Kante at the base of their midfield. 100% the right thing to do, with Pogba and Tolisso pulling the strings really. Mbappe and Griezmann out wide with Martial up front. Their team is scary, let's be honest. Mendy's one hell of a player as well. Varane and Laporte in the middle. So when we look at France's setup then, they play very high up the pitch. You know, 4 at the back. Like I say, Kante is just sat there, but they don't really roam too much from where they're at. They are set up as they are. You know, it's more or less like a 4-1-4 with Anthony Martial up front by himself. For me, obviously, it's all about these 3 in the middle. Stopping Kante and then Pogba and Tolisso as well, should that happen. Looking at set pieces, we can see the majority of their set pieces are going just on the edge of the 6-yard box as well. So we need to get that packed. But it's a big, big ask, this one. It really is. Tactically for us, I don't think there's too much that we can do. You know, I don't want to play the 4-2-4. When we look at the tactics, we're probably going to play like this again. We're going to fight fire with fire. So Sensi or whoever plays in that regista role is just going to try and counter their midfield. Maybe it'd be worth going to a 4-4-2. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll give it the first 45 minutes of the game, stay in it, and then see where the spaces are being made. Then we can try and blow them away. Basically, if we can nullify their wide men in Griezmann and Mbappe, that's if those guys get selected, then, you know, maybe we can go back to that 4-2-4. That may be the way to go, and then try and blow them away in the second half. So yeah, let's get into the team selection then. So before that, absolute scenes as Scotland have knocked out Holland. Lee Griffiths and McKenna with the goals there. Depay with a goal on 86, but Scotland are through to the semi-final of the Euro Championships. That is massive. Team selection-wise, then we're going with Donnarumma in goal, Spinazzola, Bastoni, Bonucci and Calabria at the back, with Sensi in that regista role, Insigne, Barella and Chiesa across the midfield, with Immobile and Belotti up front. Obviously, we've swapped those attacking positions now. So Immobile is on the left-hand side as a deep line forward, and then Belotti up front. They've got goals in them. Hopefully, we get a couple today. It's more defensively for us. We haven't looked defensively solid. Playing Donnarumma is a big call, as he has been poor in this competition. You know, his average rating is 6.7. He's comfortably the worst player in our starting 11 for performance. Bonucci's up there as well, but I think we'll start like this for now. Bonucci obviously being the captain as well is a big call, but Donnarumma, you know, the jury is still out. We may have to bring Merritt in if he doesn't pull his socks up, but like I say, Donnarumma is probably the best goalkeeper on the game, or one of. So we've got to start him, haven't we? Right, so the social roundup then. Andrea Sergio Bacchini says Donnarumma's happiness issues are a problem. How is he starting? You know, that's the big thing. I've just spoke about Donnarumma. It's like he's listening to us. Come on, lads, show him what you can do to keep this run going. I think that is also the way to go. So a massive 90 minutes again. As you know, a loss and we're out, as we all know. I can't believe Scotland won 2-1 against Holland, though. Absolute scenes. As 2 minutes in then, there's a highlight. We don't want to be conceding an early goal, as Martial is just in the middle of our defence. Pogba to Kante. He's high up the pitch as well, in fairness. Lamar, we've got to watch that ball snuck through us. Mendy on the ball then. Pogba. Let's get a foot in and let's hit him on the counter. There's Kante on it. Martial then. Can he make the difference? Big save from Donnarumma. He finally steps up and makes a save. There's another highlight though, straight from that, as Varane picks it up. Hopefully this isn't one-way traffic. There's Lloris on the ball. We're not pressing. We're going to give him plenty of time. There we go. Belotti on the chase. We'll have a chance. It's just for us about keeping that clean sheet. But look at the space they've got in the midfield. We might have to drop to a 4 in the mid as Lamar is running. It's through. It's blocked. What a save from Donnarumma again. It was a bit of pinball. I think he's offside anyway if they had scored. On 5 minutes in, we've got a throw. We're going to turn over possession. Dembele on it. It's not a great start, I'll be honest. Pavard to Dembele. We get in now, Sensi, and we're finally in possession. It's about us keeping hold of it now. We need some kind of intensity. As, like I say, the first 6 minutes, it's been all France. But that's a great ball out wide to Chiesa. Ball through. He's over the bar from Belotti, but we have a chance. And that is promising. Donnarumma on a 7 rating. Can you believe it? As Bastoni then to Barella. Insigne now, he is direct as he works his way into the box. Can he get the goal? He does! Insigne, we are 1-0 up on 10 minutes. I would say it's against the runner play, but from we've just seen, we have started to work our way into the game. Lloris stays at home. We get the goal. You know, it's quite an easy ball through as well. Barella to Insigne, and we know that he runs. He is direct, and he finishes. A great finish. Lloris should do better, but we are 1-0 up. They have a free kick there on 12 minutes, and Donnarumma tips it over the bar. Hopefully he has one of those games. As Lamar then with the corner. We need to get it cleared away. We just about get there. We're shocking with aerial balls into the box. It's not as even, we're not even a short team. As Pavard, can we hit him on the counter? They're looking for that ball through. Martial again. Donnarumma, it's hit him and it's gone in. Linesman's got the flag up. It's offside. VAR are checking it. Surely it's offside. It's no goal. It's got to be. It's disallowed. And we've been saved. 13 minutes in, they've had their opportunity. Oh dear. Oh, it's a flashy one as well. I reckon he could be on there. Martial, he's got to feel hard done by. And it's hit Donnarumma and gone in. And we've got an injury to the goal scorer. We've had some bad luck with injuries in this tournament. So Zaniolo is going to have to guard there. As El Shahari isn't even on the bench. We'll have to look at that. He's going to have to come in. Because Insigne, I think, has gone off in a couple of games. We've had 4 shots free on target. We've only managed 46% of the possession. As Lamar, but we are getting absolutely peppered. We're going to need to look at this. If we can get through to half-time, they basically clear it for us there. Ball over the top to Martial. He's causing all kinds of problems. And Donnarumma, what a save. He looked out of position. He's managed to claw it out. Like I say, massive call before the game playing him. As Lamar with the ball in. Bastoni gets it clear. We're getting overrun in the midfield. We've heard that saying before. The assistant manager says, but we are, you can see it. We need to maybe change things up here. As we go, we'll go 2 in the midfield. We'll go ball winner midfielder on defend. And a box to box. Actually, we'll go to deep line playmaker for him on defend as well. That's where we're at. Confirm the changes. Let's just hold it up. It might invite pressure, but they are running the game through the midfield. As Lamar then on the ball. Get it cleared away. Oh, it's a great save of Ken, I think. It's gone wide. It wasn't a save. I thought Donnarumma had got something on it. This is an absolute killer as we're getting battered. It's all over the place. We've got bodies on the goal line, keeping it out. I think it's hit Bastoni. Jeez, look at that team performance. Get a hold of it. There we go. Chiesa, can we get another goal just before half-time? We're in stoppages now as we turn over to Lamar. Kante, he's taken a knock. He could come off. It'd be interesting to see if they change tactics because of Kante's knock. As he's running at us. Zaniolo, though, picks it up. He's fresh. Ball through to Belotti. Come on, Andrea Belotti. Can he get the goal? He does! We're through! It's 2-0. On 46 minutes, we score in first half stoppage time. We break away. This is completely against the run of play. We've been battered for 45 minutes by France. We went to the 4-4-2. I don't really think it changed things, but it's a great ball through from Zaniolo. Belotti then runs. He's round Lloris. Slots it into the bottom corner, and it's 2-0. And there we go at half-time. Looking at France's overall positions again at half-time, not a lot's changed. They're basically playing the same. Number 20, I think it's Tolisso this time, as they're playing Kante a bit further forward, which we've seen. Yeah, they're playing quite similar. We don't really need to exploit. We're just catching them out. We need to basically hang on in the second half, though, being 2-0 up. Corner's exactly the same to the edge of the 6-yard box, but for me, we've gone 4-4-2. We might just need to get somebody marking, probably the player that's going to be Kante, who may come off, but whoever changes for him. Right, let's have a look then. Dressing room wise, I'm very pleased with your performance. Tactically, Barella's got a yellow card. It might be time to get him off. So Locatelli's going to come on there. I think that's the way to go. We'll swap Sensi and those guys round. Individual instructions wise, do we look at marking one of their players? Who's having a decent game for them? Sissoko's actually coming on. Pogba, it might be worth going in hard on him. Let's put a bit of pressure on him. That's what we're going to do. We're going to tackle hard on Pogba. Let's do that. We've already got an individual instruction on show onto the weaker foot for Kante, but he's now come off. Lamar and Dembele. Sissoko coming on as well. I think it might be worth, showing him onto the weaker foot. He's a very one-footed player. That's the way we'll go. We've got some individual instructions on there. We've got one tackle harder. I think we may need to drop a bit deeper. Martial has had some opportunities behind us. I think if we look at that, out of possession, we'll maybe drop a bit deeper. We'll still use the offside trap though as we try to catch him out, and we'll just play like that. Are they going to have a little bit more space to play into? Yes, in the midfield, but we are playing 2 in the middle now. 5 minutes of the second half's gone and not a lot else happening. Tactically, I feel quite solid here. Yes, we have been on the ropes for like the first 45 minutes and somehow ended 2-0 up. But if we can get through, the next 20 odd minutes, we just need to be tidy with the ball. We need to hold it in the midfield. We need to win that battle. As Locatelli out wide to Chiesa. Ball over to Belotti. Right. Calabria to Sensi. We're feeling a little bit more in control now. This first passage of play. Ball through Belotti. And that is it. Belotti with the goal on 55 minutes. We felt comfortable then. I think that may be Belotti's 5th goal of the tournament as well. He's up there to score. Zaniolo doing bits, and Belotti's there. Great finish. We could have went with El Shahari out wide. We didn't stick him on the bench. And in fairness to Zaniolo, he's been pulling strings. 2 key passes, 1 clear-cut chance created. As Sensi with the ball in, it's gone all the way through. Locatelli though. Sensi again. Alright, we've got to be through. Tactically, we've been quite decent. We've made the right decisions, I'll tell you that much. But yeah. I'll be lying if I said this was all one-way traffic for Italy. We've really rode our luck. Bodies on the line, especially in the first 25 minutes. As Chiesa is now through, as they've opened up, and it's 4-0. 62 minutes. Federico Chiesa with the goal. And France, they must have changed tactically. They must have went more for it, really. But Chiesa turns his man there. And it's a great finish, if I'm honest. Lloris has had a shocker. Lloris is on a 6.4. They've got somebody on a 6.2 as well. Mbappe on. Get it cleared away. They've got, Kingsley Coman on as well. What a team. And they've been taught a lesson. Bonucci picks it up and goes with it then. So Belotti's running again. Beat the man. Sensi. Locatelli. This has been incredible. I was expecting to get an absolute thump, and I thought this was going to be the end of the mini-series already. But Locatelli to Sensi. Ball out wide to Calabria on the overlap. Chiesa, no way. Belotti gets his hat-trick. Is that a hat-trick? I'm sure it is. That's 6 goals for him. 2 hat-tricks in this competition. And it's 5-0 against France. Tactical masterclass. Honestly. Like the overlap there. We stretched the width. First time pass to Chiesa. Has a crack. Lloris actually does okay there. And Belotti gets a hat-trick. That's 6 goals for him now in the competition. He's got to be the competition's top scorer. Team performance-wise, though, we've pulled it together. Laporte's on a 6.1. Tolisso on a 6.2. They've brought Camavinga on now. 10 minutes left to go for us. We need to make some changes. Laporte with the head, and they've got a goal. He's had an absolute shocker of a game as well, but we couldn't hold on to the clean sheet again. We have been frail at the back. Donnarumma kept us in it for the first half, but 5-1 nonetheless. It's a consolation. Unless we have 10 minutes of madness. Right. Tactically then we're going to make a change. Florenzi's going to come on for Calabria. And that is us done. Great game of football this. Great team performance. As we've got 2 minutes left. They've got another highlight. Ball in. And it's Laporte put it wide this time. Oh, like I said, they could have had several goals. They really could have done, France. We've had 9 shots on target and scored 5 of them. And there we go. Sigh of relief. We've got through past France and we're into the semi-final. Team performance-wise, exceptional. Donnarumma had a great game. Belotti with another hat-trick. He's tearing it up. I'm very pleased with the performance, lads. Well done. It's a fantastic result for us. That's what I'm telling them. Scotland going through 2-1 against Holland is massive as well. The Italian Football Messenger says, Andrea Belotti stands out during Italy's 5-1 European Championship quarter-final victory over France. Rafaela Gudi, one of the fans, I love Andrea Bellotti. I love him as well. What an absolute hero. As we win in the quarter-final. 5-star Italy triumph. Insigne's injured. Is that going to be the end of his competition? He's out for 4 weeks, so that is him done now. You know, we've been quite lucky with injuries when we've had them. We've had a fair few. They've only been out for a couple of days, but yeah. It's not great, but Zaniolo has been decent for us. Bellotti leaves Italy fans purring. He's got to be the top scorer in the competition. Let's have a look. Bellotti top scorer at the minute with Alexander Isak has got 4 goals. But yeah, Bellotti with 6. That's what we want, the golden boot. Lazzari delighted with victory over France. Italy are on course. And Italy's squad reacts positively to France's result. 100%. So we'll generate through the games and see what happens in the rest of the next matches. So Ukraine against Spain and England against Belgium. Let's see what happens. Surely Spain are going past Ukraine. Ukraine win 1-0 against Spain and England 4-1 against Belgium. So Sterling with a hat-trick there. Spain, like I said, they're not the team they used to be. So in the semi-finals, then we've got Ukraine, England, Scotland and Italy. Surely this is our time as we take on Ukraine in the semi-final, which means an England-Scotland semi-final as well. That is absolutely massive. So yes, Ukraine up next. What a game. You know, we've just beaten France. We should be okay against Ukraine. I don't want to get too carried away. But yeah, tactically, we just got it right in this one. In the second half anyway, we changed it up and we then really dominated the game. So there you go then, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, it's been emotional. Stay safe. And I'll catch you in the next episode tomorrow. Ta-ra.